It was Saturday when Victor decided to record his review of A Dame to Kill For, the second Sin City movie. He was wondering, should he just introduce all the characters like Mickey Rourke, Eva Green, Josh Brolin, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then maybe just throw up a sexy picture of Eva Green, because in this movie she does show her boobs quite a bit. And was that the reason that Victor watched this movie? Yes. Yes, it was.
Oh.
So in 2005, when I saw the first Sin City movie, I was like really impressed with it. I liked how they did the black and white stuff. I liked how they did everything in the movie, and Robert Rodriguez was really on his game. And since then, he's done kind of a couple of cool things. He's done things like Machete Kills Again. He's also done the Spy Kids series, and all those are good, but I was really waiting for him to do something that was really back to his roots, like Sin City. And I was also kind of worried because this movie lost two of the actors that starred in the first one, Brittany Murphy, who played Shelley, and also Michael Clark Duncan, who played Minute, and he was replaced by Dennis Haysbert. And that guy, I tell you, now this is just me, I've seen him in all those Allstate commercials, and after every time he completes something on screen, like a sentence, I just think, that's Allstate, Stan. And that's terrible, I'm a bad person, sorry. But the other recast that I was a little bit worried about was Devon Aoki's character, Miho, who was replaced by Jamie Chung because Devon Aoki was unfortunately pregnant, so they had to replace her with Jamie Chung, and I'm going to get to that just a little bit later. Now, the story of the Sin City, A Dame to Kill For is just a little bit different than the first one, not by the fact that it's shot differently or because there's different actors, but because it's actually done way different than the first one. In the first movie, you had a lot of these characters like interacting with each other and like going in and out of their stories, and it was really cool to see that and seeing how everything kind of came together and how everybody just kind of really worked together to make the film really awesome. And in this one, you do have a lot of really cool characters that do come back. You have Marv, played by Mickey Rourke, who in 2005 wasn't as crazy as he is now. And then there are some really good additions by Eva Green in the movie, as well as Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And Eva Green, just as a little bit of a side note again here, Eva Green is a really good actress. Like, every movie that she's in, she just gets a little bit more sadistic as she goes along, and also wears less clothing, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, I know. But the one really good addition to this movie was Josh Brolin. He's playing a younger version of Dwight that was played by Clive Owen in the first one. And really, it's really cool on how Josh Brolin takes every role and he makes it his own in the movie. Like, when he does a role, he never does the same thing twice. He's always just really evolving. He's really awesome to watch. And that's what this movie really is. It's really awesome to watch. You really like seeing all these characters on the screen. You like how they have these little side characters in the movie by Ray Liotta, and even Christopher Maloney is in the movie. But there's one thing in particular that I didn't like about the movie was that this story in this movie is really more linear than anything. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The first one, you had characters going in and out of the stories. You had the beginning was the middle, was the end, was the middle. Ooh, oh, shoot. I think I just confused myself. But that's what was really cool about that movie, is that it was kind of done out of order and it had that really noir type to it, and that's what this movie does have with it too. But a lot of the characters in this movie, they just seem to have their stories end suddenly. And again, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but really Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character and his connection to Powers Booth character's Rourke, I really wanted to see what that story was about. It was a good story from what was on the screen, but I really wanted to know more about Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, and then it just kind of ended. But I do have to say, Jessica Alba, after being out of this movie for 9 years, having 2 kids, comes back looking like that. Damn. And also the one thing that was kind of bothering me in this movie was Jamie Chung, who replaced Devon Aoki as Miho in the movie. And Jamie Chung is a fairly decent actress, but Devon Aoki, she really does have that like kill me face. And I really enjoyed her in the 2005 one. And in this one, Jamie Chung just kind of looked pretty. So in general, I really did enjoy this movie, but I was really hoping that this movie was going to be a little bit longer or the same runtime as the first one. I think this one is actually 30 minutes shorter, and I think they could have actually added in 30 minutes into this movie and still made it really awesome. But unfortunately, it just seems like all the characters' stories stopped really short, and even though it was really good, I just wanted to see it be more like the first one, and that's what a lot of people say about a lot of sequels. Why can't it be like the first one? But in this one, I think that it is a good movie. I think I'm going to give this movie a very strong 3.5K review. I think you guys should go see this movie in theaters, pay any price for it, and believe it or not, I'm going to say this. I want you guys to go see this movie in 3D because the way the black and white is done in this movie, it helps like really show like the depth of a lot of the scenes, and I think it was really awesome. And also, before I do the end of this review, I want to say that I was kind of confused about Mickey Rourke's character in the movie, Marv. I know that most of the parts in this movie are prequel, and Marv's story is a part of a prequel, but Jessica Alba's story as Nancy, I really wasn't sure if that was a prequel, a sequel, part to a sequel, into a prequel. I'm kind of confusing myself, but I just really didn't understand it, and it's taken me a while to really kind of wrap my head around it. So if you guys know what that ending was with Nancy and Marv, and if that's a prequel or a sequel, let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks guys for watching my review. I really do appreciate all the viewers and subscribers that I do have. Make sure to give a little with a K whack to these up there if you want to see any of my past reviews. A little whack right here to subscribe to my channel. Also whack out a comment below and let me know, do you guys think they should do a third movie in the Sin City franchise, or should they just leave it where it's at? And yeah, never forget, if you don't like what you're watching, you can always turn it off. But thanks for coming back and seeing me.